UFG family, what up, doe? What up, doe? Welcome to the crib. Welcome to the UFG podcast. This is episode 17. This will be part 2 of the Cam Newton take. You got to be, if you're 30 or over, you shouldn't be wearing J's or sneakers, period, right? So, as y'all can see, part 2, I promised y'all my boy Buck would be here.
Hey.
Buck's in the house. Thanks for coming, bro.
Good to be here.
Yeah, for sure. So we get right into it, man. You know, it was a pretty good episode last week with me and Lily. We kind of discussed it from her point of view, her perspective. She's not as, and it's not a downgrade to her, but she's not as deep into the sneaker world like we are, because we was wearing these shoes in high school and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So, but
yeah, she had a pretty good point though, because I did listen to the episode, even though I wasn't on it. But she had a very good point about, okay, you're Cam Newton. Like, do you need to wait in line? Like, if you wanted Jordans, you know, or any shoe,
yeah,
you ain't got to wait in line. Like, you're Cam Newton,
right?
You know, you can get somebody, you know,
you can pay somebody
a couple of $100.
Yeah,
and hey, bro, sit in line, get these, keep the change.
Yeah, right.
And come back. All right, thank you.
I did that. I did that with the Stealth 10s. I was coaching high school. I was coaching Santiago High in Corona, California. This was 2012. And I was coaching them, and one of Marvin Butler, he was our point guard. And he was like, "Man, I'm getting these new J's, these new ones." And I couldn't get up there to get them. So I sent it. I think the J's was like 190 with tax, like 210. Let's say 210. And this was in Cali. So 210, I just gave him like 250. Was like, "Keep the change. Thanks for picking them up for me." You know what I'm saying? Like, "Oh, Coach D, thanks, man." You know, so yeah, Cam could do that, bro. Yeah. That's not like unrealistic. You feel me?
Right.
But the point, the thing that I took away from it, and I like to thank everybody from their feedback. We got a lot of feedback from a couple of the reels that we, you know, every week we do basically a promotional reel and to promote the channel, and a lot of feedback, man. Got a lot of feedback. So thank you guys for all the feedback. Thank you all for the comments and the likes and the support. Everybody kind of was echoing the same thing. Like, there is no rules, right? There's no rules to be a sneaker collector, bro. A sneakerhead, if that's what y'all want to call it, right? There's no rules. You don't have to be a certain age, a certain height, a certain weight, a certain nationality, a certain race. You don't have to be none of that. You just got to love sneakers.
Yeah.
And they ain't got to be Jordans. Just as long as you love sneakers, that qualifies you. That's your only prerequisite to be considered a sneaker collector or sneakerhead. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like the rules, man. What's your take on it? So everybody kind of heard how I felt about it. We're going to let you drive and I'll ride shotgun. And you let me know, you let the people know how you feel about it, right?
Yeah. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, man.
I'm like, Cam, like, really? You know, it's like, I feel like this. Everybody has, you know, their taste. You know what I mean? Clearly he puts his out there. And,
yeah, clearly.
You know, my only problem with it is like, all right, you make that statement. You should have a counter. You know, anytime you tell somebody, don't do this, you should have an alternative. Like, you have
what to do.
You have like dietitians, you know, who are trying to get you right. And they might say, hey, instead of eating pork, eat seafood, right? Or instead of mayonnaise, eat guacamole.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Right.
So I was waiting for that from him, you know, and hey, instead of dressing like a basketball player, dress like Crocodile Dundee, or, you know, like you're about to go on walkabout, you know, like let that be known and stand on it. You know what I'm saying?
Or dress like him, a WWE character.
Yeah.
That's how he dressed. He wear tights and crazy boots, but never mind, you know, never mind that. But, you know, just so I can give Cam his flowers, because last episode I felt like I didn't give him his flowers enough. I said he may have won the Heisman Trophy. He did win the Heisman Trophy at Auburn in 2010. He's got career full of accolades, and I'll just read them off, man, just to go over. He was the NFL MVP in 2015, Offensive Player of the Year that same year, Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2011, first team All-Pro in 2015, 3 Pro Bowls, All Rookie Team in 2011, the National Championship twice in 2008 and 2010, Heisman Trophy winner in 2010, Maxwell Award 2010, and the list goes on and on and on, right? So I just wanted to make sure I touch on that because last episode I just kind of like, I think he won this, and that was my fault, y'all. I need to be a better student like this guy and do my research.
No, we definitely like I know that you knew those things, and when you're in a moment, sometimes we just forget. You
drop the ball sometime, bro.
We say things in we call it the green room. We talk about things in the green room, and we're just having a good conversation, and then we get on the air and we forget
about it.
It's like, oh, we had a good jewel, here, and then we forgot to put on the microphone. It's like, oh snap, we should have put that in there. But I mean, we're definitely aware of what he's done for the National Football League. He played quarterback for those who don't know. And he is I would say he's like a quarterback and a running back mix. He's like a Michael Vick.
Hybrid, yeah. A bigger Michael Vick. Vick wasn't that big.
Yeah, it's like if Michael Vick never fought dogs, he would have been Cam Newton. But neither here nor there. He had 75 rushing touchdowns. That's the most out of any person who has the title of quarterback. Because you think about your Barry Sanders and your OJs, getting quarterbacks to have 75 touchdowns running.
Right.
He had them legs.
Yeah.
So we're
and he was a big guy too.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. He's a big fella. So we're saying all that to give Cam his flowers, right? Nobody's here to attack Cam Newton. We're attacking his stance, right? I felt like I got defensive because I felt like he attacked the sneaker community. Yeah. And me being over the age of 30, I'm a part of that demographic that he's talking about. And it's like, dude, and it wasn't even like tongue in cheek. It was like a hard stance. Like, like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So if like, how did that make you feel personally? Like, I know, like, short answer, you're like, man, come on, really? But like, literally, how did you process that when you heard him and that whoever he was interviewing?
I mean,
stance?
Well, I'm in my 40s.
Same.
like I just turned 43, and like I just bought some J's like a month ago. I just bought some 12s a month ago. Yeah. You know me, I love 12s. And I was like, oh man, I guess I gotta sell these now. Like, I mean? It's like, oh, I gotta look in this whole closet. Like, oh no, like, let me just start selling all these kicks because I don't meet the prerequisites anymore.
Yeah, I think it's refuse, man. It's garbage, man. That's and then too, what I don't like too. Lily also made a good point. That the platform that Cam has. Now, also to counteract that, the platform that Cam has, he's an NFL superstar. He was an NFL superstar, a college football Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Awesome athlete, A-tier athlete, right? So he has a platform. People will listen. When you spew out that kind of venom and that poison, that affects people.
Absolutely.
Some people who might be 27 and Cam Newton is their favorite player of all time. He's like, in 3 years, I can't wear Jordans no more. Yeah. But no, bro, that's not it. But at the same time, the platform that he has is more of an after dark, risque. He's I don't know if you ever watched his podcast, but he done had some crazy subjects they discuss, man. But we gonna keep it all the way sneakers and sneaker culture here. Yeah. But over there, it's kind of like free for all. Like whatever. There's no limits. So again, the younger people probably shouldn't be listening to that. But come on, man, who are we kidding? That's Cam Newton. People gonna listen. Yeah. Right. So my thing is, I don't like the fact. I'm just a voice for the sneaker community. Buck is just a voice of the sneaker community. Lily is just a voice of the sneaker community. There's no presidents, no Department of Defense for the sneaker community. There's no hierarchy, right? There's no one in the sneaker community higher than another person. I don't care how many followers they got. I don't care how many sneakers they got. I don't care how many videos they got, how many subscribers. It doesn't matter. It's a level playing field when it comes to sneaker culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like the fact that being a spokesperson, a representative of the sneaker culture, when you throw that statement out like that, that kind of puts everyone in a bottle, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't, you got to look like this when you're over the age of 30, or if you're over 40, or if you're over 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with a 60-year-old guy wearing sneakers, J's. He grew up in the Jordan heyday. Why wouldn't he wear them?
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with I'm 45 and I'm wearing a comic book t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know that's my style.
Mm-hmm.
I like graphic t-shirts because this is what I grew up off of, right? And it's comfortable. Who are we kidding? You know what I'm saying? I like to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like we as people need to stop judging so much. Stop pointing the finger. Let people do them. That's a part of the sneaker community, wearing what you want to wear, because that's that's self-expression. You expressing yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So I just don't like that part of it, man. Like, some of the stuff to just be like, whatever. But it just makes sense. I mean, I don't understand how is that like far-fetched for someone in their 40s, 50s, and even 60s that still wear Jordans. Why is that far-fetched? Like, he still wearing it? Like, how is that far-fetched? I don't get it.
It's so many things like that. It's like, oh, you still eat tricks, tricks are for kids, and
right.
you still eat cereal with cartoon characters on it. Well, it tastes good, so I'm not stopping it.
Like, you still sleep with the lights on?
yeah. So it's like, what are you trying to say, really? So like, if you're under the age of 30, so that's a demographic, right? Now, that's expected for those people. Let's say, I don't know, high school all the way to 29. So you exceed that demographic. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, demographic.
Demographic.
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
So are you trying to tell me that I'm immature?
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to tell me that, I need to grow up? Like, what are you telling me when you say that I can't wear these?
Yeah, exactly. And then you think about it, okay, if we put that demographic, even if we put it at 40, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're over 40, you shouldn't wear J's, right? We'll raise the bar up even more, right?
Yeah.
Because in your 30s, we both been in our 30s and came and went.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's put the bar up to 40. Just playing devil's advocate, right?
Mm-hmm.
We put that bar up to 40 and we say, once you're 40, you shouldn't be wearing sneakers. You shouldn't be wearing Jordans. You shouldn't. Okay. So when you're over 40, you had the privilege to watch Deion Sanders play football for the Cowboys and for the 49ers and for the Falcons. Later on, the Ravens and the Redskins. You had that later.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about heyday, peak.
Yeah.
You feel me? You had the privilege to see the Bad Boys, the Showtime Lakers, the Bulls, MJ's Bulls.
Yeah.
Barry Sanders, when he was in his prime. You had the privilege to see that. So you can identify and say, hey, I want to wear those shoes because, again, this is the shot, like the shot on Byron Russell. He had the playoff 14s on, the shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The playoff 14s. If you wear those, which I don't have, I need those in my collection. But if you wear those, that can make you feel like today, I'm in front of, I'm winning today.
Yeah.
Game winner, game over. And if you're a fan of MJ, like you was jumping around the house like I was, and that was 98. So we were like young adults, like in our high teens in 98, right?
Yeah.
I think 98, I was 19.
98, I was a junior in high school.
Yeah, so you was 16, 17?
Yeah, about 17, yeah.
Yep. So you was 17, I was 19. We well know our frontal cortex is developed. We know who we are. We're teens. So you can remember that, bro. So maybe one day I want to put them on and feel like, yeah, today is game over today. You might, it might be symbolic. You might wear them for that. Or you just might wear them because you like the way they look. Like you got on black jeans and you got a red polo on. Mm-hmm. Those are red and black.
Yeah.
You might feel like, hey, I want to wear them today. You know what I'm saying? Like there's different reasons. But if you're under the age of, if we eliminate all the 40 and up, then how do they identify with that?
Yeah, I mean, with the retros, like somebody's got to tell them, unless they just see it as hype. But do they have those memories?
Exactly. That's the key.
Like these are, I'm sure you, these are memories. This.
Oh yeah, the cherry 12.
For those who don't know, this is the Jordan 12 silhouette. That's a cherry motto.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you so many stories about this.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was big into So Def, Jermaine Dupri, Brat, and they did a So Def remix for the In My Bed, Drew Hill, and Nokia had these on in that video.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that Michael Jordan played a game against the Philadelphia 76ers, and he played a rookie, Allen Iverson. He was wearing these, and they had that little that moment, yeah. And Iverson crossed him,
yeah.
And Iverson was wearing the Questions, the Beluto. Jordan was wearing these, and it was a monumental moment. You can watch on YouTube right now. I'm sure it's got millions of hits on that. And so when I had an opportunity to get these again, I did, because it reminded me of those memories when I was a kid.
Yeah,
is that a crime?
No, exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not a crime. And then too, right now where we at in the world of fashion, in the world of sneakers, in the world of even movies and TV, everything, nostalgia is big, right? Nostalgia is wonderful, especially when we got so many wonderful monumental things to reflect on, to remember. Like, you don't want to remember the bad stuff about high school or middle school or elementary school. I can remember when I got teased in elementary school, when I got teased in high school because I couldn't wear my mom wasn't buying me the newest J's and the newest this and that. It wasn't until my 10th grade year, as I said in different episodes of this, it wasn't until my 10th grade year when I got a job working at McDonald's that I started buying my own stuff, right? And that's when I really came into my own. It went from just wanting them all the time and looking and hold my head down like, dang, you know what I'm saying? To, yep, I got these, I'm getting these, and I'm getting those. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to us being in our 40s, and then you got other guys like my man Sean Collard, like my man, I talked about him, gave him his flowers last episode, Mark Bostic, Jumpman Bostic.
Yeah.
I call both of them big bro. Sean Collard is in his 50s, early 50s. Mark Bostic, Jumpman Bostic is in his early 60s.
Yeah.
Right? So with that being said, are they childish because they wear J's?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
It's like, dude, because you can't identify. It's almost like the contrarian in high school, right? I used to go to school with cats they used to do stuff against the grain just to go against the grain. Like, it wasn't no motive behind it. It wasn't like, yeah, I don't like that because of this. It was like, oh, he got those. Oh, I'm just gonna go get some some Echo Unlimited shoes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm not going to wear no J's because everybody wear J's. So what? You know what I'm saying? I had guys like that I went to school with. They was like, oh, man, I ain't getting no J. Everybody wear them. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't mean I'm like them. I got them for a different reason. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, it's like, bro, that statement that Cam making is almost like that contrarian in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you're too old to be wearing those. You need to be wearing these Birkenstocks and wear a purse and grow your hair out and have dreads and
Yeah.
You know, wear these weird sunshades and
Yeah. And,
you know,
and dress like Papa Shango.
Yeah.
You know, just like the Godfather from The Nation.
The nation of domination. Y'all know, if y'all know then. Papa Shango. He do, dog. Like he about to carry some stuff and they be smoking.
Yeah,
like,
I mean that's what Cam looks like. Like he about to start start practicing the dark arts. You know,
he a Sith Lord.
Yeah, he a Sith Lord.
But I'm saying, dog,
and he hates women. He hates I'm not saying what you think I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, you said bring receipts.
Yeah.
You know, y'all said that. You said bring receipts.
The receipts.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's something that he said, not me. Like it was about 6-7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was at a media scrum, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking to
this is when he was active as a football player.
Yes. I think he was on Carolina. I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking to the journalist, and there was a woman with a microphone, and she asked him something on the lines of so like how does it feel, like what goes through your head when you see your wide receiver doing his best to like hit his assignments and look at his routes,
mm-hmm.
and like he's just giving us all to like put in all those yards, like like what goes through your head when you see that,
mm-hmm.
and Cam, he's like, oh, that's so funny. It's so funny to see a female talking about routes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You remember that? Yeah,
I remember that. Dog, yeah, that was bad. But you see how they swept that under the rug. You see how they swept that under the rug?
I never heard that before.
You never heard that?
It's true story. Google it. Google it.
That's true.
Yeah,
story.
Google it. That's true.
It was
true
story.
I would have known this last week. I would have gone on.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's how we got.
How'd that make you feel?
Yeah. How'd that make you feel?
My jaw is on the floor right now. I did not know he said that.
Yeah.
Any nice things that I said about Cam, I'm renouncing right now.
I wasn't trying to open no can of worms.
No, but
it's something that he said. It's on YouTube.
And Buck is absolutely correct. He did say those things live. However, I think because he got a lot of heat from it, I think he walked it back. Right? I think he walked that back. But that just kind of shows how his mind thinks, right? Mm-hmm. Like you say, he hate women. He's a Sith Lord, bro. So, nah, man, but that's true though. What Buck's saying is true. So, I mean, Cam did go through some ups and downs, right? He said a lot of things he probably walked back to this day.
Mm-hmm.
But he did say that.
Yeah.
He did say that. But I mean,
so it's like I had to like when you make other statements, I'm like, and that's in the back of my head.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take a little bit. I'll indulge you, but like for real.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, and I really don't. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna say this and be real, bro. I don't pay Cam Newton no attention after his, he left Carolina and he played for a little while with New England, and New England was like, yeah, we can't deal with the antics. He don't know the playbook and stuff like that. And then he getting into fights with like kids at camps and stuff, and you know what I'm saying? Like, some of them kids was disrespectful, but you know how these kids is now, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but come on, man. I mean, I really don't pay him no attention at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when he started talking about the community, I don't want people to feel like who's not in the sneaker community and who's maybe thinking like you don't see. And this is another thing that I hate, bro. I hate that these YouTubers and certain content creators, they go out and they put themselves on a platform, on a pedestal, because maybe they've been collecting and shooting. Maybe they've had the the ability, right? Maybe they don't have kids. Maybe they don't have a wife. Maybe they have a really good job. Maybe they just have money. Maybe daddy left them some money. Maybe whatever the case, their situation, their life is, some of them have been collecting shoes for a long time, right? A lot of us haven't been able to have that liberty. As far as me and you, we known each other 20 plus years, right? And we always loved sneakers from day one since we was hanging out together, bro, since back in our 20s. At the same time, that goes back to high school. Like I said, mine's start coming in high school because I had to go get a job and get my own sneakers. My mom wasn't playing that, right? So I hate when these content creators try to make it like, haha, I've had these since, I've got the original pair. And I'm not talking about guys like Sean Collar. I'm not talking about guys like Jumpman Bostic. I'm not talking about them because they don't laud themselves. They're humble. They're for the culture, right? But you got some that feel like, well, all y'all new sneaker collectors, like all y'all new sneakerheads, like, bro, okay, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I don't like. And see, when that comes in, you may have someone that's on the verge of like, man, I really wanted J's when I was a kid. Now I got a good enough job. Now I'm financially literate. I have financial literacy where I can afford these J's now. Yeah. I can incorporate them in my budget now. So now I want to get some J's. I want to get these and get these. Like I just kicked it with my boy Tone. Shout out to Tone, Melody Comfort 313. Tone said he loves Jordan 1s. He loves Jordan 1s. That's his thing. Jordan 1s and Jordan 11s, I think he said, and 13s, I think. But he has so many Jordan 1s. Jelani just was saying that he loved Jordan 1s. He's got like over 20, 30 pairs of Jordan 1s. He's a sneaker collector, right? Just because he don't have as many as, these YouTubers, he don't got 300 and a whole wall full of drop front boxes, that don't clarify you a sneaker collector. You can have all that and not even be for the culture. You can have all that and it's just for show, right? You got that because
you can have
monkey
all that.
see, monkey do.
Fake.
And they might be fake. I feel like a lot of these YouTubers who got all the high class, only 1,000 of these, man, he got them all up here. Them all fake, bro. You ain't gonna wear them. Let me see you wear them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but my thing is, if you got that person that's on the verge, he like, yeah, I want to start collecting. But then people feel like I've had conversation with people that feel like, oh, no, man, I ain't no collector. I only got this. No, if you love them and you collect them, it don't matter if you got 5, if you got 500, you're a collector, bro.
Yeah.
You're a part of this culture. You know what I'm saying? People need to stop that putting rules and parameters on being a sneaker collector. Oh, if you don't have the Jordan 1 Chicago's, you ain't no real sneakerhead. Says who?
Yeah.
Says who? You know what I'm saying? Like who? Who made that rule up? Did MJ get on and say, Scotty had a migraine? And if you don't have the Bread 11s, you're not my fan for real. You feel me? Like, come on, man. Like, people need to stop with that, bro. It's nonsense, bro. It's like, stay over there with that, right? Keep wearing Balenciaga's boots that look like tires. Keep, wear all that other stuff y'all want. The designer dudes be wearing Prada sneakers and Louis Vuitton sneakers. Dude, that's not culture. You bought them for a price tag.
Yeah.
You didn't buy them for no other reason, not for comfort, not for style. You bought them because of a price tag, right?
Yeah.
We don't buy these for a price tag.
Nope.
We buy these, what you said earlier, the memories.
Yeah, and it's a very good functional basketball shoe.
Absolutely. You can still hoop in those to this day. The tech is still good.
Absolutely.
The tech is still relevant to today.
And I like this tech better than I like the One tech. I love the way the One looks. I've told you about know, how I feel about the One.
Yeah, your bread ones was talking to you too. Yeah. They was squeaking.
I appreciate them, but I can't wear them. Mm-hmm. It's not because that there's some written rule. It's just that it's not for me.
Yeah.
Just like the Jordan 4, like I just sold my Fire Reds.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
told me.
that.
I wish we wore the same size. I need those.
I could have sold them to you.
I know.
Or I could have traded. You know,
Need those.
like let me
man.
get these. I trade you.
Yeah,
You know, but you know, when I see it, it still looks dope.
Yeah.
You know, like I see the Jordan 1, it still looks dope. It's just not for me,
Mm-hmm.
and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. But that doesn't disqualify you, right?
Yeah.
From being an MJ fan. That doesn't disqualify you from being a part of the sneaker community. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just hate that it's so much hype built around it, and YouTube has given this false narrative of, you want to do sneaker YouTube, you got to look like this. That's why I was so hell bent on having a different setup than anybody else I've seen, right? Because before I even got into this 4 years ago, you know, and my wife know, before I even got into this 4 years ago, I did a lot. I educated myself. I watched other YouTubers that have a platform, right? But then I start, you know, how YouTube is a rabbit hole. You watch one video, then you see a related video. Oh, let me check this one out. Oh, let me check this one out. Let me check this one. You know what I'm saying? And then you get to know these sneaker YouTubers, and certain ones behind the scenes, you know, they develop a rapport with each other. A lot of them are from the same city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, you know, they travel, and they have that flexibility in their lifestyle where they can just up and go to a sneaker con in Dallas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have that flexibility.
Nah, they might have it like a network.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's all these guys in LA, or all these guys in ATL, or all these guys in NYC.
Yep, in Chicago. And,
right.
But see, when I was educating myself, I was so hell-bent, like, I don't want to look like that person. I don't want to sound like that person. I don't want, and, you know, I took pieces from certain ones, and I admired them. Like, to this day, I still watch Mike Rich videos. You know, Balling on a Budget, my man Frank Nitti, I still watch his videos. I watch people videos who are doing their own thing. Like my man Daddy Seed, my man Trey out in Baltimore. You know, I watch different ones that do their own thing, right? Mm-hmm. I don't like the whole, you got so many of them that's our copy and paste.
Yeah.
You know, I want to display some of my collection just to show, hey, you know, a little small flex. Because my collection is heavy. Y'all don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I love the culture, but hey, if you want to go shoe for shoe, we can do that. You know what I'm saying? I got some heat. You know, I ain't playing no games over here. But I do like to show, you know, a little bit of my collection, a little subtle flex when we filming. But I don't want y'all to watch because of this. I want y'all to watch because of this.
Right.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wanted this kind of aesthetic. And I love my wife. My wife, you did an excellent job with the whole setup. You know, she designed the UFG podcast screen, and you know, it's just so much, man. But I was so hell bent on not being like anyone else, right? So with that being said, these guys, they have this false, like, oh, you can't be up here with us until you do this. Like, no, bro.
You talking about gatekeeping?
Gatekeeping.
Okay.
At its fullest, right? I've met guys, you and I know, I've met guys that have a huge platform. Huge. Met them in person. Kicked it with them. No first names. I ain't even gonna put them out there. No first names. Kick, man. Oh, man, I love what you're doing, man. I love this, you know, that Hollywood benign talk.
Yeah.
Right? Blowing smoke.
Yeah,
right?
That Varnell.
Oh, yeah,
Hill.
man, I'm gonna shout you out, man. I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna do this. Nothing. But I don't need that from you. But just keep it to yourself, because I'm not a cheap date. You feel me? Like, I'm not like, you ain't trying to get with me and just, you know, sing sweet nothings in my ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that, bro.
Yeah.
Just keep it real. If you gonna do that, then do it.
Right.
But these guys, they promote this false, requirements. You need this to be a part of the sneaker culture. No, you don't. All you need to do is love sneakers. You ain't even got like Michael Jordan and be a part of the sneaker culture. You can hate Michael Jordan, hate every last sneaker that he ever made. 1 through, what are they at, 38, 39? You can hate 1 through 39. Not like the Jordan logo, nothing. You can hate red and black.
Yeah, full disclosure, I cannot identify 30 through 39.
Yeah. I think I can. Only because of 2K.
Right, yeah, that's fair, yeah.
Only because of 2K. I don't own any past 17.
The I think the latest I ever had might have been, remember the Pantones.
Oh yeah, that pack.
Yeah, the pack. Whichever one came with the
I
pack.
think that was the 23s.
Okay, whichever one it was.
The 23s or 21s and 11s, something like that.
Yeah, because I only bought them because I wanted the 11s.
Yeah, Pantones, right?
Yeah, that's why I got them in the first place. But that was the only one I technically owned.
But and then so you got these guys that promote this, and then you got Cam like, oh, you can't be this. So you might have somebody on the fence like, I want to start collecting, but I can't.
Yeah, Cam told me not to.
Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna be looked at, like I just don't fit in. Don't feel like that, bro. You can love your favorite shoe can be Adidas, right?
Yeah.
I got some Adidas in the collection. Your favorite shoe can be Asics, Saucony, Reebok, Nike, Jordan, whatever it may be, man. You're a part of this culture, and like Lily made a beautiful point last episode. We welcome everyone with open arms, long as you love the culture like we do and respect it and understand it's bigger than you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And pay it back. Pay it forward.
I bought some Asics.
Yeah.
You
the
seen,
Mega Man joints.
Yeah, the Mega Man Asics.
Yeah, them joints hard.
And the only reason why I knew what those were is because I saw there's a professional wrestler named Kofi Kingston. And he's a really big sneakerhead, and he had them. And I'm like, yo, I'm about to get those.
Yeah, them hard, bro.
Yeah.
I remember when you showed them to me, man. It was during pandemic days.
Yeah.
I remember when you showed them to me, you was like, I was like, yo, them hard, bro.
Yeah, and I mainly got them because I'm a Mega Man fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, well, I'm gonna wear them.
Yeah, just like me, man. I got Asics. I got a couple pair of Asics. I got some gifted to me. I got some Asics. I got some Sauconys. I got it's some Adidas over there. It's different ones that I got, bro. It ain't all about just Jordans. Jordans is unique to me because I'm a huge fan. I grew up watching him. He's my hero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where that lies, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're on the fence about stuff, don't let stuff like what Cam say, oh, you over 30, you shouldn't even be. Man, that don't mean nothing, bro. What he's saying don't mean nothing, bro. It don't mean nothing, man. So I see you got some stats pulled up, man, or some info pulled up. What you want to share?
Yeah, I would just wanted to share with the people an article by your boy Mark Bostic.
Yeah.
Jumpman Bostic, right?
Yeah, with Complex.
Yeah, he had an article on complex.com, and the title is "I'm 61 and I'll never be too old to wear Air Jordans." He says, "I've been collecting sneakers for nearly 40 years, and I'm not stopping now." And this is June 13th. So this is a fairly recent article, and he was telling
2 weeks ago.
He was telling his story. He was saying like people would tell him like, "Hey man, you too old for those, and you shouldn't be wearing those." But then somebody would say, "Hey, sell me those."
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so like, all right, well, I can't wear them, but you want to buy them from me.
Yeah.
It's like, for real.
Yeah. And Mark, he hooped.
Yeah.
And he looked up to MJ.
Yeah.
That's his guy. Why wouldn't he wear? He the same age as MJ. So why wouldn't he fully aware of MJ's career? Like,
yeah,
more than we are. Because when MJ was like rookie status, I don't remember MJ like that as a rookie. You think about it. MJ came in the league in 84. I was born in 78. So I was 5-6 years old when he came into the league. So I wasn't into basketball like that. I started hooping.
I was born in 81.
See? So you was 3-4 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 2-3 years old at that time. So, but Mark Bostic, when Jordan came into the league, Jordan was what? 19 to 21. Jordan did 3 years at UNC. So he was probably about 21, 22 when he came in the league.
Yeah.
So Mark Bostic was 21, 20. So he full well knew.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah. It's a really good article. Like, if anybody hasn't read it, I highly recommend.
Yeah, it is.
Checking it out.
Really dope.
Because he did talk about his collegiate days, and his immense collection. There's tragedies in there. There's triumphs in there. Like, he talked about how he had memorabilia, and he talked about how he had to give up some of his sneakers in a divorce settlement. So now you're literally losing memories. You know what I mean? It's like one of my biggest nightmares is losing my memories. because
Yeah.
I feel like I would lose who I am. Like you see, like like Men in Black with the flashy thing, where like they're deleting memories, from you. Like it's a literary device that I have never really liked. Even in some of the recent things that we've seen, like X-Men. But the point is, like, it's like you want to hold on to those things, because like it takes you back. Like you see it takes you like right back. Like I can see myself in Thurston.
Yeah.
Like I can see myself there in Redford. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the point that we're making as far as like, it's nothing wrong with you being over age of 30. There's no age. Hey, there's no age limit to wear sneakers, bro. There's none. There's none, man. And anybody who views people that way, if you see an older cat on a cane, he could be 80 years old, 70 years old, and he got on some Jordan 1s.
Yeah.
Are you going to judge him? Like, why would you judge him? You feel me?
Like that. That's a cool dude.
Yeah. That's how I would look. Like, he hip. He know what's up.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you're going to have people to judge, right?
Yeah.
And then if you are one of those people that do judge people, maybe you should look at yourself in the mirror. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, maybe you should look at yourself in the mirror and say, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because somebody can very, very well look at you. You don't wear J's. You don't wear camo pants or shorts. You don't wear the graphic T-shirts or nice Lacoste polo, fitted caps to match your sneakers and your outfit. You don't wear none of that. But you might wear your Duncan Penderhughes outfit.
Right.
Your Brooks Brothers. The Brothers
Brooks.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, it's like, all right, somebody can very well look at you like you a square or you a cornball. So don't judge nobody.
And they can judge you off of that. It's like no matter what you do, you're gonna be judged.
You're gonna be judged.
Either way.
And then it's like with Cam. It's like with Cam, you could be judged as a fairy. The way you dress. Like, come on, man. Like, you really straddling that line. Like what me and Lily was talking about last episode, bro. Mm-hmm. There in fashion, there's a weird space, right?
Yeah.
There's a weird space where, and I'm not trying to dog fashion people out because I have friends and acquaintances in the fashion world.
Mm-hmm.
But there's parts of fashion that gets weird. There's a gray area in fashion where it's like men are wearing dresses. Tyrese wore a full dress, bro. Did you see that?
No.
I'm gonna look that up. But Tyrese wore a full out dress.
I think I saw Jaden Smith with a dress.
Jaden Smith had a full on dress. You know, like I've seen other men wearing like skirts, like frizzy skirts. Like if they spin, it look like a little umbrella come up. You know what I'm saying? Like straight ballerina type skirts. Like I've seen, and it's like that gray area of fashion. It's like we can judge that and say, hey, that's whack or that's this. But my taste, yeah, I don't like that. I wouldn't dress like that. You know, most of them that dress like that are dressed by stylists.
Yeah.
Someone is hired to make you wear a purse.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is, man. I just feel like that I don't like that people judge off of fashion or sneaker, because I ain't gonna judge you. I seen Jaden Smith wearing a dress. It is what it is. Hey, the way I look at it, I just say, hey, money can't raise your kids. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I looked at it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, the reason why I dress the way I dress is because, like, you know, like, I mean, obviously, like, I'm married to a woman, and, you know, like, I don't want, like, when I walk out the door, I don't want any.
That's Tyrese. Yeah. That's Tyrese Gibson wearing a full dress. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, like, it's like I don't want anybody to confuse me for something, you know, that I'm not. And, you know, like, and I have worked with, you know, people, like I've had people under me, understudies or rookies or whatever, you know, who, you know, I guess they identified that way. And I'm like, that's you, but I'm me.
Right.
So it's like, hey, I mean, we can still, have we can still work together professionally.
Yeah.
But
there's
it's
no
like
judgment.
Yeah, but like when I see something that's going to how do I say, make me look a certain way that I'm not, like, I don't want to misrepresent myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it ain't nothing wrong with that, man, because you're not judging nobody. Whoever chooses their type of lifestyle, that's what you choose, right?
Yeah.
If you want to dress and look a certain way, you want to dance and play in that gray area, then go ahead. Because you got men, you got women, as far as fashion.
Mm-hmm.
You got men clothing, women's clothing, and then you got that gray area where it's kind of intertwined.
Androgynous.
Certain women come in and they kind of dress like men a little bit, and then you got men that go in there and dress like women a little bit, right? So, and then you got some men like Tyrese just had a full dress on that dress all the way like a woman. You know what I'm saying? They go beyond the gray area. They're like already purse everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I don't wear women's sizing Jordans. Like there are some Jordans that are women's sizing. I don't wear those. Now when I see dudes wearing them, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to tell you don't. But
right.
It's not for me.
Right. And you know me, I got some women's size in Jordan. The Armand Manir 3s, they're a women's size shoe. The Armand Manir 12s are a women's size shoe. I forget what other shoes that's women's size. But though I think those are the only two. I got the black and white Armand Manir 12s. Those are both women's size. Black is the blueprint. And then Raised by Women, the 3s, they are women's size. And then these upcoming 3s, the black ones, they are. And I'm gonna get those too. But you don't. We best friends. You don't judge me.
No.
And I don't judge you for not. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude. So I don't want anybody to get it twisted on. We're not gonna turn this into a bash lifestyle.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a bash you because you don't represent the lifestyle that I live. And I don't represent, your morals are different from mine. This is not a morality show. We're not going to do that. We're not going to go there. We're not going to talk about people morals, people life choices and how they choose to live their life and, orientation. Hey, it is what it is, man. We live in a complicated world, right? Things are complicated, but when it comes to fashion, there is that gray area, and there's a weird space in fashion when you grew up in the generation we grew up in, right?
Right.
So, like, if you're younger, you might not have that gray area. It may just be all out for you, or it may be just black and white for you, right? So, but I'll consider us old school. In our old school taste, there is a weird place in fashion.
Yeah.
It's very weird. So I just don't like that someone that represents that weird place in fashion, like Cam Newton, how he dresses. He dressed a little bit like, sometime, and it's like, how you gonna come over here and say something about us? We not bothering you. We ain't ask you why you wearing tight pants all the time. You 6'5", 240. You know what I'm saying? We not asking you why you wearing some Balenciaga boots that look like you about to jump out of a helicopter.
Yeah, like you're wearing an Italian leather jacket in the summertime.
Like, nobody's asking about your fashion. Why you coming over here bothering us? Right? Why you bothering us? We ain't did nothing to you. Why are we the butt of your content? You know what I'm saying? So that's where I took it, like, all right, bet. You want to talk about us being too old to be wearing J's. Well, you too big to be wearing tights. Yeah. You too big to be wearing a dress. Well, not a dress, a purse.
Right.
Dudes be wearing like straight up purse and just think it's cool. Like, I don't know, man. So my thing is, bro, it's just like, I really want to promote on this channel that there is no prerequisite. You're welcome in the sneaker community. The only prerequisite is love sneakers.
Yeah.
Respect the culture, love sneakers. That's it. Because you are the culture. I'm the culture. You the culture. Lily's the culture. We're the culture. Right? So all you got to do is respect the culture and love sneakers, man. That's the only prerequisite to be a part of the sneaker community. right? I hate the word sneakerhead. I hate that word.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I do not like that word, bro.
You've broken that down.
Yeah.
Because there's people who, will call themselves that, and they might not necessarily be a reflection of you.
Yeah.
Like me, like I like to joke that I'm a nerd, but there's also the term blurred, which is like a black nerd,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, well, I guess I am black, I am a nerd, but then you got, blurred. It's like, do I want to call myself that? I kind of question that, because it's like, oh, well, you gotta like anime, you gotta speak Japanese, like which I don't,
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, I might watch, an episode, every now and then,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like, with with the subtitles on, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
but it's like, well, that's not the end all to be all. Like that's just one facet.
Yeah.
That's
and it
not
don't
that's
define
not,
you.
Right. It's not the complete
Mm-hmm.
definition of me.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't define you. And that's where we at with it, bro. None of this define. I mean, these sneakers don't define me. You know what I'm saying? Like the real me, the real me outside of this.
Yeah.
All this is material stuff.
Yeah. This is stuff.
It's just things.
This is stuff.
It's just things, right? And we have we have a life outside of these things, and you have a wife, and I have a wife and children, and we have families, and we have we love God, we love the Bible, it's different than just stuff, right? It's just this is all just stuff.
Yeah.
Right. But this doesn't define us. This is a representation of a piece of us.
This is for fun.
Right. This is for fun.
It's a hobby. Yeah.
But these things, the sneakers, the clothing, the fitteds, it's a small fraction of a representation of us. Right.
Exactly.
And that's where the sneaker community is. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is. The community. So I hate to be called a sneakerhead.
Yeah,
I don't know. It just makes me cringe when I hear it. Although I do use hashtag sneakerhead in my posts because it'll bring the sneakerhead traffic to my page. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've done that.
So
it's like you look for those keywords or buzzwords. Yeah.
So, but I don't like. That's why you always hear me say I'm a sneaker collector, because I don't want to be in that, because you got people who have no idea the history behind the Jordan 3, right? They just know, the reimagined 3s, them cold. Okay, yeah, they reimagined 3s to you, but we know that shoe represents probably, arguably, I would say this again till I'm blue in the face, I would die on this hill. That shoe represent arguably the best individual performance in the NBA season of all time, right? 1988.
Yep. MVP, DPOY, dunk
contest, all-star MVP, first team all defense, first team all NBA, regular season MVP. I don't know if you said that, but whatever. Yeah. We know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when we see that shoe, it's like, oh, I want those.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We know what that shoe represent. But you got these people who clarify themselves as sneakerheads, who claim they're sneakerheads. They couldn't tell you nothing about that shoe.
Yeah.
They couldn't tell, and it's not their fault. I'm not saying if you wasn't born in that generation, you wasn't born in that generation to watch Michael Jordan and da-da-da-da. Because you can easily go on YouTube, do your homework, but it's different. That watching it on YouTube doesn't quantify watching it live, bro.
Yeah. Because I tell people to watch it, but it's all they got.
Yeah.
That's
all they can do.
I tell people to go to YouTube and watch the Shrug Game. You know what I mean? Because that's the only way they can. Someone who was born within the last, 5 or 10 years, that's the only way that they can watch it. But I don't need to go on YouTube. I lived it.
Yeah.
You lived it.
Yeah, we lived it, bro. And that's why we're voices that can stand up and say, because there's younger people that's in the sneaker community, right? We're in 2024. Yeah. It's probably somebody who was born in 2004 that's collecting sneakers, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. They can, they have a genuine love for sneakers. They may not know the history like we do because we lived it.
Yeah.
But they may have done, like you said, did their homework. And they respect it. Like, oh, this dude did this, man. I wish I could have seen that.
Yeah, yeah. Like the playoff 12s.
Mm-hmm.
He being Jordan, he was wearing the playoff 12s when he postered Mutombo, and then he did Mutombo's finger wag on him. He got called a tech.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think about when I look at the playoff 12s. Like one of the top level sneakerheads would say that's a brick.
It's a brick. And see, like you, playoff 12s, I think about game 1 of the finals in 97.
Mm-hmm.
When he killed Byron Russell right there in 98. And he did it in game 1. That was for the championship. That was for all the marbles.
Yeah.
So that will forever be etched in my brain as one of his greatest moments of all time. That was for the championship right there, right? And then that picture doesn't quantify either, because what happened to play right before that? Remember, he stole the ball from Karl Malone.
Right.
Right before that. So he just ran off 4 quick points.
Yeah.
4 or 6. It was either 6 or 4 straight points to win the game. Like, he took over that game. He scored, and then they came down. He stole the ball from Karl Malone and came down and hit the game winner. Champions. 6.
Yeah.
But I think about when I see the playoffs 12s, I think about game 1 the year before that.
Right.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
When he just straight up, he hit that mug and he was like,
yeah.
I love that moment, bro.
Yeah.
I was so hyper, and it was like,
yeah. The breads, when, he's on the floor crying. And, for some reason, Randy Brown tried to steal the ball.
Like, why are you trying to grab the ball?
Randy, leave him alone.
Oh, yeah,
like,
you
not
haven't
now, Randy,
done
not
nothing. like, not right now, Randy. Get off me.
Yeah.
And, that moment when everybody's celebrating, like going crazy, like, because you think about it, that was the first championship after the hiatus. That was the 72-10 year.
Without his dad.
And that was the first, that was the first championship after the hiatus without his dad, 72-10 year. And people underestimate, Seattle was a very formative foe. They were very good.
Yeah.
Like, they had to work for that one.
Yeah.
Right? That one was not given to them. None of them was given to them. But that one was tough, bro. And, Jordan did not shoot that well. Like, he had low percentages. Like, they made him work, bro. And he was dealing with not being there without his dad, the first time without his father. He had a lot of emotional things that was going on inside. But at the end of the day, it's like, look, everybody on the court celebrating. The camera pans, he's in the locker room. Like, crying.
He's like sobbing. He's like boo-hoo crying.
Like, you can hear him.
Yeah.
I cried, bro. When I seen that, I cried. It touched my heart. When that was what, in June 1996, right? Right. It was around summertime 96. So I was a junior going into my senior year, right? When I seen that, man, I cried. That touched my heart to see him like that, bro. And it was like, that's why I love the Bread 11s will always be one of my top favorite shoes of all time. Because of that moment. Yeah. Man, we talk about memories because of that memory. You know what I'm saying? And how cold it was, the white unis, black socks, and, the Breads are black. Yep. But you think about it, man. Those are the reasons which we hold on to. Because those are the good times. You like to remember the good times. Who want to forget good times, right? No pun intended. Yeah. We were just talking about good times to show.
Temporarily yours.
Good times. Easy credit revolt.
Right.
Scratching and surviving.
Yeah.
But ain't we lucky we got him? Doom, doom, doom,
Yeah.
doom, doom.
Right. You got to show the Marvin Gaye album.
Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro.
But you know what? We're gonna wrap it up, man.
Yeah.
And
It was a good one.
just to tie a bow on top of it, y'all. And this time we're gonna take these last few seconds, these last few ticks, to really speak to the viewers and the audience. There's no if you're a younger viewer and you like our content, you like my content, you've been following me on this journey. Thank you so much, first and foremost, to all you guys, right? But I'm speaking to like younger. If y'all in y'all early 30s, mid 20s, even if you are a teenager, you know, there's no rules, right? It's only 2 rules to being in the sneaker community. It's 2 rules. Love sneakers and respect the culture.
Yep.
That's it. You don't have to have a certain shoe. You don't have to fit a certain prototype, body type. You don't have to be, we don't body shame. Oh, you too fat, you too skinny, you too light, you too dark, you too white, you too black, you too yellow, you too brown. No, bro. None of that means anything in this community. The sneaker culture loves you back. You feel me? And so in order to show your love to the sneaker culture, to pay this culture back, respect it. Don't be a culture vulture like Nick Wright. You know what I'm saying? Hate on Jordan, hate on his whole career, but he still turn around and wear J's. Like, that's a culture vulture.
Nick Wright wears Jordans.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a culture vulture.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah,
Nick Wright,
he don't respect the
who
culture.
Loves LeBron James.
Don't wear. I ain't never seen him with some LeBrons.
I've never seen Nick Wright wearing LeBrons.
I ain't never seen Shannon Sharp wear LeBrons.
Mm-hmm.
2 of his biggest cheerleaders don't even wear his shoes. His 2 sons, Bronny and Bryce, both wear J's. Bronny just was on Complex sneaker shopping. He said his favorite shoes are the Black Cat 4s. At his graduation, he wore the Phantom Jordan 1 lows, the Travis Scott joints. Whatever, man. You know what? We're not going to go on that tangent, but we're gonna keep it like this, though. I just gave Nick Wright as an example because he's the backwards man. The backwards man. I can walk back fast as you can. I can walk back fast as you can. The backwards man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that means he has no identity. If you think about a backwards man,
right?
Who is a backwards man? He has no identity.
Yeah.
His suit is on backwards. He don't have no identity. So if your suit, just think your suit is on backwards, you ain't got no face. It's the back of your head. No identity. That's who Nick Wright is.
Yeah.
Not only do he look like Tom Green, and I think no, his name was Freddie, wasn't he, in the movie? Was Tom Green named Freddie in the movie?
I never seen it.
Oh, you never seen Freddie Got Fingered?
No.
Oh, yeah. Daddy, do you want some sausage?
I'm aware of it.
But anyway, dog, just the 2, like I was saying, for the younger ones, don't get it twisted like I'm saying just because you weren't born in our generations, you can't love Michael Jordan, right? I'm not saying that you had to be in the 90s to love Michael Jordan, to respect Michael Jordan. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is we can understand, like Buck, you said it perfect. We don't have to do homework on stuff. We lived it, right? We seen it. We know what that felt like to be, dang, like that comeback in the Super Bowl when Tom Brady bought the Falcons back when he was with New England. And they was down by 27 at halftime? And they come back and win the game. That feeling like, oh my God, I'm watching this.
Yeah.
That's history, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Like I saw that game live, and it's memories.
Yeah,
like I saw the Shrug live, and and like in the living room.
Yep.
With my dad. I think Lee Warden might have been there. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. But it was like maybe uncles, and like that, and they were all just like, ecstatic when he did that Shrug.
Amazed. Yeah. I never forget too. Quick story with the Shrug game with me. My cousin Cardell, my first cousin, he's like my brother. You know my cousin Cardell. Mm-hmm. When we were kids, he loved Clyde. Clyde was a threat. I'm not saying he wasn't a threat. Clyde was a threat. Yeah. He loved Clyde Drexler. Yeah. Clyde Drexler was his guy, right? So when the season finally came to an end in 92, It was like, well, the playoffs, well, when the Eastern Conference was done, the Western Conference was done, the smoke cleared, 2 teams stood, right?
Yeah.
The Bulls and the Blazers. So that was me and Cardell showdown.
Yeah.
I was Michael Jordan all day. Cardell was Clyde Drexler.
Mm-hmm.
And, the Trailblazers had a squad. Buck Williams, Terry Porter, Hot Rod Williams,
with Cliff
Kevin Duckworth, Cliff Robinson, Uncle Cliff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had a squad, bro. They had a squad. They did. But he ain't have Mike. And I remember game 1 was the shrug game. And I remember when he started hitting them threes, that was new to us back then, right? Early 90s.
Yeah.
Jordan wasn't shooting threes like that, bro. He was not shooting threes like that. The NBA wasn't shooting threes like that. You had Reggie. Reggie was pulling from time, but you got Steph Curry who averaged like 8 3-point attempts a game.
Yeah, that was unheard of in 92.
Yeah, so to see MJ, who was the mid-ranger, like my man Filet, he was the mid-ranger, like that was his world, the mid-range, and then driving and finishing, that was his world. And to see him hit them threes, bro, it was like, and then he at home, so the crowd was going bananas.
Yeah, yep.
Right? They were going bananas in that first and second quarter, especially that second quarter, right? So I remember seeing Cardell. Cardell wanted to kill me, right? Yeah. Cardell wanted, if Cardell, you ever watch this, he wanted to kill me. We was Cardell and my cousin Anthony, his little brother, and my auntie Phyllis. They were living on the east side on this street called Maiden, off of Connors and 94 over in that area. Okay. Right? Yeah. And we were watching it at his crib. And I just remember, dog, when Jordan did I was like, oh! You know what I'm saying? I was an irritating little too, though.
Did you see that? Cardell, did you see that?
You know what I'm saying? I was an irritating little, he wanted to kill me, man. But, hey, that's just my story. So and that's another thing, Jordan Brand, I got some people in Jordan Brand. I'm going to have to talk to y'all. We got to have the playoff sevens. Next year, 25, they dropping all this heat. I got to have playoff sevens, bro. Mm-hmm. Can I get a special run for playoff sevens? That's my first big boy Jordan I ever had.
Yeah.
That's my first big boy Jordan I ever had. My cousin Dwayne peed on me, dog.
On purpose?
He peed on me on purpose.
What?
Yeah.
What?
My cousin Dwayne whipped his little wiener out and peed on me.
Why?
While I had on these black Chicago Bull jogging pants, and I had the playoff sevens, and I had a Jordan jersey, and I had a Bulls hat. And I just came back from out of town. I was in California. Yeah. I had spent the summer with my cousin Gigi, my cousin Carla. Carla married us. My cousin Gigi married us.
Okay.
And she was the official at our wedding. Okay. But I came back. I spent the whole summer in San Diego, my favorite place on earth. And I came back, bro. We were all outside playing. It was me, D-Jack, my boy Red, all the Sussex cats. We all outside on bikes. And Dwayne just pulled this little thing out and pissed on me, bro. And I tried to chase him. I tried to kill that.
He was just hating? I mean,
yeah, that's how my cousin was back in the day, man. That's my dad and his mom, brother and sister, my Uncle Dinky that just called me.
Yeah,
that's my daddy's baby brother.
Oh, okay.
So Dwayne's mom is my dad's sister. So,
gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, I lie to you not, dog. And I tried to chase him down. My granny was alive then.
Yeah.
My granny, she whooped him for it.
Okay.
But I wanted to whoop him for it. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't let me touch him.
As well, she should have.
Yeah, he got in trouble. Dwayne was wild when he was little, bro.
Y'all good now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. I was like, what, 12?
Okay,
I think I was. I was like 13, maybe 14. I was somewhere in there. I was like 13.
When he did it?
Huh?
You on the sevens when he did it?
Yeah. Yeah. They got all over my sevens.
I'm not laughing at you.
Yeah, laugh at me, bro. I'm 45 now. I can laugh now. But I lie to you now. That's a true story.
Yeah.
That's a true story, bro. Broad daylight, bro. It wasn't like it was nighttime. Oh, boy. And we both got to hurry up and take a leak somewhere. Yeah. And he just gets some on. No, this literally, like, I wasn't looking.
Oh, no.
I didn't know. I just felt something. And now, you know, all the other kids, they laughing.
Right.
So I dropped, because I got my bike between, you know how when you little, you stand and you got your bike just sitting there and you got your feet on the ground, your bike between your legs or whatever. So we all huddled up. It's like 6 or 7 of us. We all got our bikes and stuff. And they kicked all my little homeboys. I think it was White Mike, D-Jack, Fat Face. I think we all was out there.
Yeah.
And it was like my whole welcome home. You know, I was gone the whole summer. So I just got back, and that's what happened. That's why I got all of my Chicago Bulls sweatpants, so my Jordan jersey.
You got to get the 7s now.
Yeah, I need the 7s, bro.
The playoffs. I call them the Raptors, but I know that you have a better appreciation.
A lot of people call them the Raptors.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you look them up in GOAT, they under Raptors, but they haven't released since 2012. They need to come back out. It's that time. They're releasing all this other heat.
Yeah, they do
next year. So I'm gonna put a text message out there to you know who. So
you never know.
See what happens. You never know. Maybe I get a special pair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, we're gonna wrap it up again. Like I was saying to my younger people, just understand and know, you guys, that there is no prerequisite to be a part of this community. Right? It's 2 rules. All you got to do is love sneakers, and they don't have to be Jordans, y'all.
Yeah.
It don't have to be Jordans. I choose to love Jordans because of my, you know, being a fan of Michael Jordan in my youth. And all you my kids laughing if y'all heard that.
Yeah.
They upstairs. But anyway, all you have to do is love sneakers and respect the culture, man. That's all you got to do, man. That's it. That's all it takes to be a part of this community. Respect the culture, love sneakers. And that's it, man. So,
there's no major digs at Cam.
No,
you know, like
bro.
just to let that be known. But it's like when you make a statement like that, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, that's what we here for. That's what we created this platform for us to talk about it, and that's what we did, and that's what we gonna do, and we gonna continue to do that. So we gave Cam his props, bro. We read off his resume. You know what I'm saying? Like, tremendous athlete.
Yeah.
You know, I can't say nothing bad about him athletically, but he can't dress though. And he don't need to be talking about us over here.
Yeah.
Leave us alone.
Yeah.
We ain't got nothing to do with that.
I've seen better.
Yeah. So, but anyway, guys, there's no rules, man. Only 2 rules. Love sneakers, respect the culture, love yourself, love your families. Love you, dog.
You too, man.
Appreciate you for being here. Man, thanks for coming on. Lily, excellent job. Love you. Air 5. And then so we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Really appreciate it. Remember, every Monday morning, 9 a.m., Spotify podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify,
iTunes,
Apple Podcast,
Apple Podcast,
and YouTube. You can see us visually, and you can even watch us on the Spotify as well. But you can listen to it either or. So thank you guys for traveling along with us. We appreciate you guys so much, man. This channel and this podcast is nothing without you guys. We're going to continue to grow, continue to touch on entertaining subjects that come across in the sneaker community, fashion community, or even in the sports community. So we love you guys again so much. And we'll see y'all on the next one. All right. Peace.
Take care.